everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Writing Project. Hi, Pete. Thanks for being here to do this presentation for me. I'm sorry, but right now I'm currently fighting with the Brazilian consulate over passports. It's not where I expected to be this Saturday morning, but alas, welcome to being married to a Brazilian. So this morning we're going to be talking about how to use technology in your classroom and really how to publish student writing and student work with technology. What I'm going to be showing you today is the Weebly website, how I use that in my classroom, and how you guys can use it in yours. And we're also going to spend some time developing the websites that you guys will be using for the writing project this summer. Alright, so as I show you guys how to use the Weebly site, I'm going to be doing a little ghetto montage of how to use my iPad, because I'm not going to do the screenshots on my MacBook. You'll understand when I get there. So I'll be watching, you'll be watching through my iPad how I use the screen on my MacBook. Okay, so this is my website. This is the website that I use for my class on a daily basis. At the home page, you can see here I have announcements for all the classes, parent contact information, and I have the parents fill this out at the beginning of the year, and then I'll show you momentarily how I export that information. I have my classes divided into what I teach: pre-AP English, English 2, World Studies, and then Yearbook. And under pre-AP English, and actually under all of the classes, there's sites or pages for bell work, weekly agenda, and various blogs or assignments, course documents, etc., that we use. Perhaps the most interesting thing, or that I've found that I've done recently with this website, is the writing into the day. So I have writing into the days. I always use a quote, just because I'm kind of obsessed with quotes, but I always use a quote, and then I use my writing into the day. And what I've done is added a contact form here so that kids, via their iPhones, or I have iPads in my classroom, they can go in and respond. And it doesn't just have to be an iPhone, any phone with access. And if you have computers in your rooms, we'll talk throughout the summer about various ways to overcome the technology barriers and lack of equipment that we all struggle with. But if you look here, like, kids can go in, they type in their name, their class period, and they submit their comment. And what's cool is that Weebly sends me an email every time someone posts a forum. And so as the kids are submitting, I'm looking on my iPad and getting emails after email about what they're writing in there. So I can immediately offer feedback. And sometimes it's a open-ended question. Sometimes, like down here, I had questions about grammar and stuff. So it just depends on what it is that you're doing, and these can be your openers. It's a really interesting idea. Another way that I use the website in my classroom is for students to publish their own websites. And this year we worked on a literacy circle project where each group had a number of tasks they had to complete, and they posted all of their stuff on a website. And I use this with Tasha Bowley, and you'll probably meet her soon. But I wanted to show you some of the examples of these groups. Heart of Darkness is one of the websites that the kids created, or one of the books that they read and they created the website over. Notice here they organized all of their projects that they had to complete at the top. And one thing I'll show you from this website was their avatars. They had to create an avatar of the antagonist and protagonist. And so here's an example of the one that they created. Make sure my volume's up.
I was commonplace in complexion, in feature, in manners, and in voice. I was of middle size and of ordinary build. My eyes, of the usual blue, were perhaps remarkably cold, and I certainly could make my glance fall on one as trenchant and heavy as an axe. Conrad, page 30.
So they were able to create that and embed it on their website. They also had pages for vocabulary. Where they had to have links to, they had to find words in their text and then link it to a modern day use of the word. They had images, which I want to show you another class's 3D image. They created Google Lit trips, rhetorical references, pages, literary devices, etc., but here is the group that used Something Wicked This Way Comes, and they created a Google SketchUp linked it onto their website. And these are all websites created with Weebly. This was their Google SketchUp, which is pretty cool. It's a 3D version of the library, and from the movie Something This Wicked This Way Comes. And if you look, let's see if I can rotate this. There we go. So here's the Greentown Library, and you can see he used the details from inside with the staircases. And it's actually a pretty complex project that they were able to do, and they completed it all on their own and embedded it into their websites. And these websites are websites that are used, are just Weebly's that they created themselves. I also have websites that I can create with my account, and I have student websites, and that's where they publish their work. But this is one way that students publish their writing in my class and their projects in my class. This is an example of one of the student websites that my kids have created for my class, and it's he published his Where I'm From poem, which is what you guys did last time we met, I believe, and are posting today. He also has his avatar on this one that he used for the other project. Here's one of his class projects. They created an extra normal video about their lives. They do writing into the day, and then they publish their writing into the day, one for each week. And writing workshop, which we're still working on developing that page. And then their Lit Circle projects and Lit Trip storyboard. So they use this project in communicating with the school that they were working on their iPad projects with as well. Now, I'm going to get ready to turn this over to Pete in a second, but I wanted to show you some basic editing the websites. I know we talked about this last time I was there and last time we met, but keep in mind that when you're editing your websites, there's a lot of, it's simple drag and drop. So right now I'm developing this page for the presentation that you guys are currently watching, and over here, all you do is you drag, sorry, my kids are screaming, you click on items, drag them down, and drop them. If you notice, I dropped a YouTube video here, and you do that under multimedia. And Pete can walk you through all of these steps, but the things I would like you to accomplish today as you're developing your websites is that you organize them, the ones for the writing project, and Pete will give you those instructions momentarily, and then make sure that you have your blogs developed. And remember what we talked about, you go over to Pages up here, and when you go to Add a Page, it gives you the option of a standard page or a blog page. That's how you add in your blog pages, and you need to be keeping those updated and posted, which Gil will talk to you about as well. So it's been great, and it's been fun, and Pete's going to carry on with this presentation now, and I hope you guys, I wish I could be there with you, but unfortunately I can't. So if you have any questions, always feel free to email me, and I'll help you walk through it in any way that I can. Pete, back to you.